Stephen Colbert, staff members arrested. Trespassing on Capitol Hill. He didn't call him a wimp, he called him a pussy. Robert Smigel, the voice behind Triumph, the insult comic dog, was among the employees detained by Capitol Police. I absolutely love Robert Smigel. TV Funhouse that aired on Comedy Central in like 99, 2000, something like that. It only got one season. They only aired it like after midnight because it was that fucking outlandish. It was by Robert Smigel, you know, like TV Funhouse on Saturday Night Live, but it was a whole fucking show. And it was excellent. Oh, I always pull out for me to boop on. 7 staff members from The Late Show with Stephen Colbert were arrested for allegedly trespassing in a Capitol Hill building on Thursday. Authorities have said all 7 were each charged with unlawful entry. The employees, including Robert Smigel, the voice behind Triumph, the insult comic dog, were found by U.S. Capitol Police officers inside the Longsworth House Office building, which houses offices for members of the House of Representatives. The building was closed to the public at the time. Well, that didn't stop the one fucking congressman from bringing in the insurrectionists. Capitol Police said they'd asked the group to leave the grounds earlier in the day. The group were unescorted and without congressional ID in a hallway on the 6th floor. The people identified themselves as being affiliated with CBS's The Late Show. A person familiar with the matter told the Associated Press their interviews at the Capitol were authorized and prearranged through congressional aides of the members interviewed, CBS said. Well, then they should have been allowed in. If they had pre-authorized interviews, then they should have been allowed in there. After leaving the members' offices on their last interview of the day, the production team stayed to film stand-ups and other final comedy elements in the halls when they were detained by Capitol Police. Sounds like they did nothing fucking wrong. The intrusion comes amid heightened sensitivity around unlawful or unauthorized access to congressional buildings. It came as the 3rd public hearing by the House panel investigating the January 6th Capitol insurrection concluded. Capitol Police said, well, I assume that's what they were doing a bid on. Capitol Police said they received a call about a disturbance in the Longworth's House office building around 8:30 p.m. According to Fox News, which first reported the incident, the Late Show staffers reportedly applied to get a press credential for the hearing, but were denied by the House Radio TV Gallery because they are not considered news. Well, they're not. CBS told, but I mean, if Fox can be in there, they have more news content on the Late Show than they do on any Fox News program. CBS told the New York Post that the production team was at the Capitol on Wednesday and Thursday to record interviews with House members for a segment of Colbert's comic dog sketch. Democrats Adam Schiff, Stephanie Murphy, and Jack Uchiklos had reportedly been interviewed by the cigar-chomping puppet. They were reportedly escorted out of the building earlier in the day, but had re-entered by an aide to Achilokos, who believed they had more interviews to conduct. The arrests were politically recontextualized on social media. What did the January 6th committee know, and when did they know it about the Colbert insurrection at the Capitol? No, they really are referring to it as an insurrection. They really are referring to it as an insurrection. Get ready to get pissed off. Here's your dose of Tucker Carlson for the night.
That means. I think we have a right to know. Harmeet Dillon, I appreciate all the work you do. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tucker.
We've got a Fox News alert for you. This is almost beyond belief, but just before this show aired,
What happened to his hair? What happened to his hair?
Learned that last night, producers for Stephen Colbert's show on CBS committed insurrection at the United States Capitol.
No.
Adam Schiff, the congressman from California, who has spent the last year and a half telling you that unauthorized violations of Capitol space are a coup, Adam Schiff illegally gave producers of CBS access to the Capitol. And then,
I'm not high enough for this shit.
The show's senior producer, a director, a comedian, and a writer remained in the Longworth House office building after hours. And the point of them being there was for them to harass sitting members of Congress. Marjorie Taylor Greene, Lauren Boebert. U.S. Capitol Police say they got a call about a disturbance at about 8:30 p.m. They told us, quote, responding officers observed 7 individuals unescorted and without congressional ID in a 6th-floor hallway. Officers then arrested them and charged them with unlawful entry into the Capitol complex. Now, that's the exact same charge that many January 6th defendants face. We'll just get right to it. It is likely that some members of Stephen Colbert's team will be held in solitary confinement for a year and a half without being charged. Why? Because this is an insurrection. And actually, joking aside, how could they not be held for a year and a half in solitary confinement without being charged? Because the precedent is in place. And how in the world can Adam Schiff, again, who spent the last year and a half eliminating the civil liberties of Trump voters on the basis of January 6th, do the exact...
Tucker did not have this segment up. I had to go find this from somebody else. But don't forget to like their channel.
We're going to tell jokes about, oh, it's like...
Hi, Smokey.
No, it's exactly like what happened on January 6th. So we'll take a close look at what the punishments are. Liz Cheney, call your office. You've got another committee to impanel. Adam Kinziger's crying at the thought.
I think QAnon Shaman was in solitary confinement for a little while. I seriously do. I think they held the QAnon Shaman in solitary for a little while. I think it was for his own protection, to be honest with you, if I remember correctly. Oh, Jesus.